Dear friends, welcome to Civil Conclave presentation. Today we are going to discuss about the type of the contracts which is prevailing in the market, Indian market. See, first let us understand different type of contract. What it means? A contract is an agreement between two entities or individual which serves as a legal protection for both the parties. A contract agreement between two individuals which serves as a legal protection. There are different type of contracts, and each contract determine the rights and the responsibilities of the both the side. A specific type of a contract regulates the risk and expenses of the contract. Two different groups of contracts are fixed price contracts, cost reimbursement contracts, different type of a contracts which are contained within these two groups, may be used separately or in combination with one another. First, let us talk about a lump sum price contract type. This is generally used between the two known parties so that nobody will take it as a granted. In this contract, a lump sum price has been fixed for all construction related activities. Once it has been over, the contractor will be eligible for a certain amount of a payment. Maybe a periodical payment on a pro rata basis can be released. Okay. Lump sum scope contract is to define the clear scope, define schedule, all the things has to be clarified. For example, if the liability to be shifted to the builder to prevent changes in orders for undetermined work. Generally, this type of a contract is best suitable for a situation due to present risk. A contractor holds some percentage cost. It is essential that in the lump sum contract, once it is signed, it was challenging to obtain any credit back for uncompleted job. Cost plus contract. What it is means? It means actual costs such as purchases, other expenses involved in the construction work. Before the negotiation begins, a specific amount to be included in cost plus type contract. This represents a percentage of the material, labor cost, which cover the continuing cost of operation and the contractor profit. Cost can be direct or indirect, and it must include all critical cost aspects of the contract. Time and material contract. When the scope is not clear, time and material contracts used where the capacity and the quantity of time and materials underdetermined, which makes the project risky. The owner and the contractor are compatible with the tariff per hour or per day, including possible additional cost during the construction. Periodically, the owner determines the duration of the project with the contractor, which must be performed to reduce the risk to a minimum. The downfall of this type of a contractor is that seller can increase an indefinite and unknown expenses amount, which is the cost the buyer has to pay. Unit price contractor. This is very common nowadays. Okay, wherein items has been defined, unit has been defined, the rates have been defined accordingly. Whatever the quantum of the job has been done, it has to be converted into units and multiplied by the unit, and it has been paid. Then we had reimbursable expenses. fixed type of the contract. Unit price contracts can be adjusted during the process in which the owner offers certain quantities and prices for the predetermined number of items. Bilateral contract. Both the parties involved in bilateral contract process promises to implement certain things. Unilateral contract. Unilateral contract, one party, that is which is the bidder, requires performance from the other parties rather than the profits. An offeree cannot be sued for abandoning the project, not being able to finish his work. This is because he did not make a promise. Therefore, only the bidder is required by law to comply. Implied contracts. The contract can be implied by law. The joint agreement creates obligations and promised intention among the parties, where both are not expressed in words. This type of a contract is not articulated directly, but through facts and circumstances, which demonstrates and shared intention to achieve an agreement implied in law in the contract. This is known as a quasi-contract because the contract does not represent any real legal agreement. Express contract. The formation of the express contractors are forming condition either orally or in writing. This offer is only accepted in the terms of offering. Simple contract. This is a contract which is written or a oral agreement. The following are the things which is to be required to sign in the contracts: witnesses' signature, seals, contract under seal. According to the traditional principles, the contractor represents a legal act only if stamped. The seal is certainty that the legal consequences are conceivable. Unconsignable contract. It's an unfair type of a contract made only in the favor of the party that is superior in the negotiation. Adjacent contracts. Adjacent contracts are advantageous to the bargaining party. They allow the weaker party possibility to accept the contract or reject it. It's also known as take it or leave it, my way or a highway type of a contract. Aleatory contracts. Aleatory contracts are based on a mutual agreement of the parties involved, and its effects and activated under the circumstances of uncertain events, while one or both the parties accept the risk. See, this is the type of the contract which I have been showing it at all. Type of a contracts: unit price contract, lump price of contract, labor contract, project management contract, cost contract. See, when it comes to unit price contract, it is between contractor, the owner. Fixed fee contractors preferred a clear scope and defined schedule provided and agreed upon. Advantages: contractors maximum risk and responsibility, owner is not affected. Maximum administrative control on the contractor. Disadvantages: it is not involved. Contractor could make changes in materials. Contractor may claim extra money. In this agreement, wherein the owners agreed to pay cost of all labors and material plus overhead and profit. Contractor buys the material and provides this labor. Favored when the project scope is uncertain. Okay. Advantages: controlled by the contractor as labor advantages. Disadvantages: architect not involved to check the quality of the contract. Architect agrees to manage a contract, can be short term or a long term. Advantages: the clients can focus on their own operation. The architect, what I call as a project manager, looks after the management of the project People and issues. Disadvantages. Some clients hesitate to go in for a project management contract as they have to pay extra for a project manager. Then we comes the unit price contractor, that is known as a item wise contract based on estimated quantities and the unit prices, only suitable for a construction and supplier projects wherein different type of the items but not in the numbers can be accurately identified. Some part of this contract may be combined with a lump sum contract. Advantages. A project manager architect involved in giving the BOQ. Owner is safe when he pays only for the work done. Disadvantages. Initial investment by the contractor. Labor contract. Owners buys and supply all the materials required for the construction to the labor contractor. The contractor only uses his labor. Contractor labor has to be employed for work which is specific and definite duration. Advantages. Owner buys all the material according to his choice and his profit margin. Disadvantages. Architect is not involved in quality of the work. That means the project manager. Material supplied to the site is a big headache. Work may be get delayed as laborers may go on other side for work as they are daily paid. Owners cannot deal with the suppliers like experts of new get better. Apart from that, there are the various other contracts, cost plus fixed price contract, cost plus fixed fee contract, cost plus fixed fee bonus contract, cost plus fixed sharing at any cost saving contract, incentive contracts. There are varieties of the contractors are prevailing in the market. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like and share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be at the earliest. You can contact me at civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group. The link has been provided below. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell button icon so that you will get an intimation as soon as the presentation has been shared. Thank you once again.